Hello dear students. Today we are going to discuss about the aquatic mammals adaptations. I am Dr. P. Rosina George, Assistant Professor in Zoology, St. Joseph College for Women Autonomous, Visakhapatnam. We are going to discuss about the learning outcomes, introduction to aquatic mammals, classification of aquatic mammals, evolutionary background, physical adaptations, respiratory adaptations in aquatic mammals, sensory adaptations in aquatic mammals, behavioral adaptations, adaptations to cold environment, reproductive adaptations, case study, challenges which are faced by aquatic mammals, conservation efforts, and some questions based on the present topic, summary and references. The learning outcomes for this present topic is you will be able to understand the general characteristics of aquatic mammals. You can identify and explain key adaptations that enable aquatic mammals to survive in water. You will be able to explore the diversity of aquatic mammals and the environments they inhabit. And you will be able to analyze the relationship between adaptations and ecological niches of aquatic mammals. Now, let's discuss about the aquatic mammals. Mammals that are primarily or entirely aquatic are called as aquatic mammals. Some of the examples are whales, dolphins, seals, manatees, otters, walruses, etc. The importance of studying these mammals are they have a very important role in ecosystems, and a lot of conservation efforts are going on for aquatic mammals, and there is evolutionary insights regarding aquatic mammals. Now let's discuss the classification of aquatic mammals. There are different types of mammals, like there are marine mammals which live in or around the oceans. Some examples are whales, dolphins, seals, etc. Then there are freshwater mammals which live in freshwater habitats like otters, river dolphins, beavers, etc. And there are semi-aquatic mammals which spend time both in water and on land. Examples are sea otters, hippos, etc. Now let's see the evolutionary background of aquatic mammals. Aquatic mammals has transitioned from land to water. There are evidences from fossils and evolutionary theory, and they have adapted over millions of years to enhance survival in aquatic environments. Now let's see the physical adaptations of aquatic mammals. Aquatic mammals have streamlined body which helps them to reduce water resistance for efficient swimming. Some examples are dolphins, torpedo-shaped bodies, aquatic mammals. Then they have a fat layer which is called as blubber, and it provides insulation in cold water and buoyancy. We can see these examples in the presence of fat layer in whales, seals, walruses, etc. Then they have specialized limbs For example, flippers, which we can find in whales, which helps them for swimming and paddling. Some examples are sea lions, seals, whales, manatees. The respiratory adaptations in aquatic mammals are they have efficient breathing system, they have large lung capacity for prolonged dives, and they have ability to hold breath for extended periods in water. They have well-developed nostrils, and these nostrils are positioned on top of the head to breathe easily while swimming. Some examples are whales, dolphins, they have blowholes, and they have oxygen storage system, like the myoglobin, which is present in muscles, helps store oxygen and it helps them for deep dives in water. Example is a sperm whale. It can dive to depths of over 2000 meters. Let's discuss the sensory adaptations in aquatic mammals. They use echolocations to navigate and hunt in murky waters. For example, dolphins produce sound waves to locate prey. They have enhanced vision, which is an adaptation for seeing underwater, such as a lens shape that helps focus in low light conditions. For example, manatees and seals have special adaptations for vision in both air and water. Then there is presence of whiskers or vibrissae in certain aquatic mammals like sea otters and some seals. These sensitive whiskers are used to detect vibrations and movements in the water. Among behavioral adaptations, aquatic mammals, they migrate to long distances to find food or breeding grounds. For example, humpback whales migrate across the oceans. They show social behavior. These aquatic mammals, they live in groups, and cooperation is seen in hunting, communication, and protection. For example, dolphins live in pods, coordinating hunts. Some species, they use tools to aid in feeding or survival. For example, sea otters use rocks to crack open shells. What are the adaptations to cold environments? These aquatic mammals, they have thick fur or blubber to conserve body heat. For example, polar bears have dense fur and a thick fat layer. There is reduced heat loss in aquatic mammals, and this is an adaptation in blood circulation to minimize heat loss in cold waters. For example, Arctic seals have specialized circulatory systems to manage heat in frigid waters. Among reproductive adaptations, they give live birth to young ones rather than laying eggs, which helps ensure the survival of the offspring. And parental care is seen in aquatic mammals. They show extended care periods to nurture young ones in aquatic environments. For example, dolphins nurse their calves for extended periods. Some species delay implantation of embryos to time birth with favorable environmental conditions. For example, some pinnipeds like sea lions, seals, etc., they show delayed implantation. Some of the case studies, if we look at, in dolphins, they use complex vocalizations and echolocations, which is an adaptation for communication. There is strong social bonds within pods, and cooperative hunting is seen, which is social structures among dolphins. And blowholes, which is located on top of the head, which helps in rapid breathing while swimming. In whales, they have adapted for deep diving, and they have large lungs, which helps in efficient oxygen use. Seasonal movements are seen among whales between feeding and breeding grounds. And there is insulation for survival in cold oceanic waters with the help of blubber. In sea otters, they use tools like rocks to break open shellfish. And they have dense fur that traps air to prevent heat loss. And sometimes they become like floating rafts for protection and social bonding among the otters. Let's discuss about what are the challenges which are faced by aquatic mammals. Rising temperatures and loss of sea ice affects the aquatic mammals' habitats. And contaminants in water affects the health and food sources among aquatic mammals. Depletion of prey species, especially for top predators like dolphins and whales, are seen, which are the results of overfishing in aquatic mammals. Now let's see what are the conservation efforts for aquatic mammals. There is protection of marine environments and habitats, and there are legislations, acts, which have been designed to protect the marine mammals, like Marine Mammal Protection Acts, CITES, etc. And lots of awareness and education campaigns are going on for the protection of aquatic mammals. Now take a break and try to answer these questions. How do marine mammals such as whales and dolphins regulate their body temperature in cold water? The answer is B, by having a thick layer of blubber. Next question. Which sense is highly developed in dolphins and helps them navigate and hunt underwater? Answer: echolocation. In summary, aquatic mammals have evolved unique adaptations in anatomy, behavior, and physiology to thrive in aquatic environments. Their survival relies on a delicate balance between these adaptations and the ecosystems they inhabit. Understanding these adaptations helps in conservation and the preservation of these species. These are some of the references. And these are the web links for this present topic. Thank you.